are back. Hello.
Back. I'm backer and blacker than ever.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I got a lot of energy in me right now.
You didn't seem like it 5 minutes ago.
Well, I had to get something out of the way first, man, because I am still dealing with things going on outside of what we do. So I had to get that stuff taken care of first before I got on here with you. Even though I had to wait for you,
Look, you had to wait, and then you still had to do shit.
Well, true. True.
Someone hear shit.
But the thing is, I got those things out of the way, and we're here right now, and I'm ready to rock and roll now. So let's not worry and focus about things that don't matter, because the only thing that matters in this moment right now is the fact that we're not experts, but we get ready to talk some shit about some stuff, because it's been a crazy couple weeks. Oh, let me tell you one thing I'm going to get ready to start doing before we even get started, okay? So I feel like I've gained a little weight, right? Something that is a little bit shocking for me.
I feel you. Same.
For those who don't understand what I'm saying right now, I'm the fit guy. I like being fit. I like staying in shape.
Skin fit.
Exactly. Thank you, Brandon.
That's what I'm saying.
Shout out to my brand, Skin Fit. And what SkinFit actually stands for is SKNFITT. So it stands for scientific. Oh my God,
I'm fucked it all up.
Science, kinesiology, nutrition through fully integrated training techniques. SkinFit.
Damn, that's good.
I had a little,
That's good.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's a great. What do you call those things?
Acronym.
Yes. SkinFit. So yes. So I'm really big on maintaining. I'm not big on acronyms. I'm big on staying in shape, and so you ass. And so like I feel for me and for what I'm accustomed to, I've put on a little bit of weight, and so I want to try something different this go round, because I'm a certified personal trainer, and with a degree in kinesiology.
Damn, you got a degree too?
Yeah, man.
Me too.
Look, they giving degrees out at the corner store, brother. But no, so I'm serious about what I do. Okay, when it comes to fitness, we need to have an actual segment about fitness. Actually,
I'm down. Let's do it.
We should do that one day. But anyway, so what I'm doing right now is I'm going to step out of myself and introduce somebody else into my fitness space, specifically from the diet aspect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, and this is a very old methodology. It came out in the early 70s by Dr. Dr. Tarnowers and Sam Sinclair Baker. It is called the Scarsdale Diet. Scarsdale.
Now, what is that, you might ask? Corey's going to tell
you. So, I'm going to tell you. So, the Scarsdale Diet is a diet that is designed for only 14 days. You're going to do this diet for 14 days. It's a very, very low caloric carbohydrate diet that's high on protein. Here, let me turn some pages.
I do like steaks and shit.
Yeah, steaks are good, but we're not going to just do steaks. We're gonna dive a little deeper than just that. I should have had this ready because and this is really like I was looking at the book while we were talking, and I was like, let me go ahead and just talk about this. So it's we're gonna get back to it. I'm trying to find a page that just talks about the whole meat and potato of it, because I wanted to actually read it, but I haven't gotten this. So this is a new book that just basically breaks down the entire diet. But so the Scarsdale diet is a very low carbohydrate, mid to high protein diet. it pulls out any like fibrous meals and things like that. So you're solely like, the intent of this diet is to lose weight the fastest possible. You can lose up to 20 pounds in 14 days doing this diet
I need that.
if you stick to the script. Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal, and it has been battle tested, and everybody that has tried it and done it to the T has successfully reached exactly what that diet entails, because it puts your body into not only a caloric deficit, but it also reduces because it's a zero sugar. It is a very strict diet. So you got to have some intestinal fortitude to stick to this diet, because it's going to really test you for like all those cravings and fun foods that you like to eat. It's pulling all of that out, and you're going to really have to like. But the good part about it is a lot of the foods are super cheap. It's not like you got to go and buy all this, this boutique style diet food. You're just eating from a low caloric diet that's affordable, and it's only 14 days. Now, mind you, after those 14 days, there are other methodologies that you can use to maintain and keep that weight low. Obviously, including exercise. But you don't have to. But it's encouraged that you not stay on that diet the entire after the 14 days. You want to go back to something that's more stable for you, and from a health standpoint, you can't continue to keep your body in that caloric deficit state. You want to be able to bring some nutrients and some fibrous foods back into your diet to keep your body clean. But it's from what I've researched on it, it is pretty phenomenal.
I really don't like that word though. Diets.
What word? Why?
Well, because most people, when you say the word diet, they're thinking, okay, I only got to do this for a little bit. Realistically, a lot of people need to make lifestyle changes.
100%. And as a personal trainer, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, the sugar is what really gets people. Just for me too. I mean, those cravings are strong.
Oh, for sure. Sugar. Look, dude, sugar is more.
Where I got honey buns in there, I'm eating them.
Sugar. This is so. In a research paper that I did when I was in school, shout out to California Baptist University. I did this research paper on sugar, and sugar
is the devil.
It's the devil. It really is.
It really is.
So they did this study where they gave people, or they did research on people that were addicted to heroin, and heroin is supposed to be the most addictive drug there is, right?
No, sir.
And so they looked at the neurons that ignited when people took heroin, and it showed that a portion of the brain ignited in a way that was more exciting than anything that any emotional experience, right? And feeling. They say that heroin feels better than even an orgasm, but
I don't know about all that.
I don't know about that either, because I like, but here's the thing. They tested these, they did this study where they gave these people these sugar infused foods, and then they ran the test on the brain. Do you know that almost the entire brain lit up from sugar? The entire brain ignited like a nuclear bomb when it was introduced to sugar.
So think about that. That's actually insane.
It is. It really is. You are more addicted to sugar than you can be in any other drug, cigarette, anything. Sugar takes the top. It is the top most addictive substance on this planet. And that's why it's so easily marketable, because your body and your brain
that's why it's so dangerous.
that. It's super dangerous. And that's why in America we are one of the most obese countries in the world. But anyway, so I found the study on Scarsdale. So the Scarsdale diet was a popular diet back in the 1970s, based on the top-selling book by Dr. Herman Tarnower. His weird last name. He was a cardiologist located in Scarsdale, New York. That's hence Scarsdale Diet. The diet promised up to 20 pounds of weight loss under 2 weeks. With its extreme restrictions and quick fix ideology, Scarsdale Diet has been met with some tremendous criticism by the medical community because of the fact of its low caloric intake. But so it's extreme. It's considered an extreme way to diet, but it will cut you down because it breaks it down. So you're on a 1,000 calorie per day strict diet of all these approved foods, and it digs into your body's metabolism for you to just burn. There's no fats, there's no sugars, there's nothing that can cause your body to create any fat. It's all low calorie, zero carbs. Fucking phenomenal. But so that's what I'm getting ready to start doing, because I want to cut some fat. We're getting ready to get into the summer months, and your boy got to be beach ready. I got to be beach ready.
You and me both.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I got to be on the beach with a 6-pack. Me and my boys. Oh, for sure.
I need an 8-pack.
Me and my boys use
12-pack.
I wouldn't mind a 12-pack, but I'm gonna be real. I got 6. I got 6. I got a good 6. I got a good 6. You know what I mean? So I'm good on that. You know what I mean? So we used to call them alien eggs. So you
take
had
your word
alien
for
eggs on your stomach. Yeah, trust me. You'd had to have been there to understand what I'm saying. Shout out to the boys who know what alien eggs are.
I had a 6-pack at one point.
I bet you did.
I hate you.
I just said I bet you did. I'm not saying no, you
like
didn't.
You were like, yeah, right, bitch.
I'm just saying. Just saying. Well, actually, you know what? Correction. I'm sorry. I meant to say. So let me pull that back. It's not 0 calorie, but it brings your calorie. Your carbohydrates. It's not 0 carbohydrates. So basically, so what you're going to break it down is to like 1,000 calories per day, and it doesn't matter your age, sex, height, their activity level. This is anybody, and it's going to bring it down to 1,000 calories, right? And so the diet overall is based on like a heavy protein, which is about 43% protein, 22.5% fat, and about 34.5% carbs. The average person does about 50 to 75% in carbohydrates every meal they eat. So this brings it down quite a bit. Because if you were to go 0 carbs, you probably, one, you're going to have incredibly low lethargy. Like you're going to have your energy levels are going to be in the tanks. So you can't truly do that, especially if you're a person that has a lot of energy. It's going to kill all that. But it's a phenomenal diet to burn some fat if you want to get ready for like beach season. If you want to get ready for a competition or something like that. It's a great way to start. My opinion. This is not, that's not a fact. It's just.
Well, I mean, you do have the degree in it, so.
Yes, I do, and so I've seen many and many of different diets, the Atkins, paleo, all these different diets, and I have some friends who actually have done some of these. I have a friend who's done a keto diet, and he lost an exacerbating amount of weight. Like he lost like me and you, our body weight combined.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So
that was a big dude.
He was a big dude. He was a big old boy, and he took it serious, and he started eating from the keto diet, and man, it worked. And that's with any diet, guys. If you follow the script of anything that any personal trainer and nutritionist gives you, you're going to reach the goal that is that diet. But the thing is, most people do not follow the script. They don't continue. They want to cheat. Oh, if I just eat this tonight, I'll be fine. No. The diet is calculated perfectly to do these things to bring this amount of body fat down. That's the way that works. The diet brings this amount of weight down and gives you this amount of protein so it can build this amount of muscle mass. And that's the science is perfect when it comes to that type of stuff. But obviously, each body is different. So your body, how you grow is dependent upon your genetic code. And genetic code really plays a big part on how you're going to develop muscularly, tonally, or how much fat you lose within how much time you're on that diet. So it's not a perfect fit all for everybody. It's not a cookie cutter. You don't just plug it in and boom, you become Arnold Schwarzenegger. You have to figure out what your body can do, and you stick to that script throughout the entire time of the programs. And I promise you, if you do that, you will reach a goal. It may not be the end goal, but again, it depends on how much work you're going to put into it to get there.
Yeah, but I feel like people are their own worst enemy, though, 100%. Because a lot of people will start this stuff and then they just, oh, this is too hard for me, or I can't do it, or whatever, bro.
Week 2,
yeah.
In week 2, they're like, ah, man, this is crazy. And this was a thing that I started doing when I started getting clients. I would give them the most simple task. I would tell them, for 2 weeks, I just need you to drink water. You can eat whatever food that you eat regularly, but what I need you to do is for 2 weeks, I need you to drink just water.
That's what I started out doing.
Do you know how many people cannot do that very thing? I would call, hey, how you doing, man? Everything good? You drinking water? Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm drinking my water. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I'm following the script. Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
I mean,
cool,
I had a Diet
deal.
Coke or two last night, but
Right, and they start saying stuff like that. Well, I mean, but I ate one, little light snack, before I went to bed, or when I was at work, or after the gym, I was a little hungry, and they didn't have my protein bars, so I just went ahead and got a Snicker, and I'm like, so like, are you going to really follow what I'm telling you, or are you going to do your own thing because you're paying me to help you achieve a look? It may not be the look that I have, but it may be a look that you want, because not everybody wants to look the same way, because you have certain people that want to look muscular, and then you have people that want to look toned, and then you have people that just want to look flat. And flat is really an actual figure. There are certain people that want to look like what we call a runner's body. You don't have a lot of muscle.
Cross-country runners.
Cross-country, exactly. Cross-country runners. Mm-hmm. They don't have a lot of muscle.
Just thin, and
they're thin
and quick.
And they're designed that way to run long distances, because they have the least amount of body weight muscle mass in order to achieve a certain distance, and maintain their aerobic threshold. So when you do that, your body's not, you're not working out to build any muscle. You're trying to, it's almost like designing a race car. You want to gut it out as much as possible for it to go the fastest over everybody else with the most power from, i.e. the lungs. You want to be able to get enough oxygen into that engine in order for that engine to go as fast as possible to create combustion. Same thing with the lungs. It's the same concept. But yeah, so everybody has this thing about that what they want to do for themselves, and that's mm-hmm. cool. Whatever you decide that you want your body to look like is your prerogative. 100%, that's your prerogative. But I'm gonna get off my high horse right now. I'm gonna get off my horse because I'm just so excited to be. Huh?
So you know what I just realized?
What?
You do actually have a degree in this, so I mean, wouldn't you be qualified as an expert?
I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
I thought we
it's
weren't
funny
experts, but
it's funny because I forget sometimes how much I know about fitness and nutrition, and I don't know. When you know something, you just know it, and it just comes to you. Because like just now, just all the stuff that I explained, and being able to compare it to other things, it just comes naturally. But and there's still a lot that I study all the time. I got books after books after books because I don't know everything. So
sometimes
anybody that comes down into my,
Go ahead.
What were you going to say, motherfucker?
Sometimes I forget just how much we know about a bunch of random shit.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something funny. Okay, I thought you were going to say something, a joke about me or something.
You had to pause for the comedic relief.
Yes. No, but yeah, obviously that's the reason. That's the whole pertinence of this show is we do know a lot of stuff about a lot of different things. We're not experts, but we do know a lot about all these different things so that we can talk about them, and that's what makes this show what it is.
That's why it's fun.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I thought we weren't cussing anymore.
Damn it, Brandon. I tried so hard too. I really thought I was doing good. I am doing better. I really am. I'm doing better. What the fuck?
I am not.
The fuck was wrong with your lip? Oh, you're doing one of those little fucking vapes. You're a vapor.
You're a bitcher.
Oh, wow. All right. Fair enough. I'll take that.
You'll take it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, that's my thing. I just want to talk about that real quick. I'm excited
for 22
about
minutes.
Fuck the time. That's still quick. Okay. That just lets you know how passionate I am about me on this next journey that I'm getting ready to do. I actually thought about vlogging it and recording the whole journey. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
To see how much I'm gonna start from here and then see how much weight I actually lose, because I'm going to be actually working out while I do the diet. So
if you're going to do this, then fuck, I might as well do it too.
Brandon, you really should. I think that would be really cool. And guys listening, guys and girls, if you guys want to jump in, look, you don't even have to buy the book because this thing has been out for decades.
Corey's going to read the whole book to
Google. Yes, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? World's best-selling book, The Complete Scarsdale Diet. I could actually do that. I really could do that. But
make your own audiobook.
Look out for that on TikTok. But no, Scarsdale's Diet has been out forever. So you can go on Google and just download a PDF file with the entire step-by-steps. So I encourage you all right now, if you're watching this, jump on, try it out, see what you do. No, don't try it. Do it. Test yourself and see.
That's good.
See what you can actually accomplish. Don't try it. Actually, put the time in. Like I said, the diet is super cheap. You can just buy all this stuff, and it's only 14 days. So you can't go wrong. Put the work in. All right. But anyway, so we're going to get on to the subject of the night. It's been an interesting few weeks in the legal system for a lot of famous people.
Did you hear what Trump was talking about?
What thing?
He said, if you are not buying stocks right now, then you need to be. I don't know. I don't know if I need.
My guy. So futures is up. And when I say it's up, it is up. Man, if you aren't a person who is an investor who buys stocks, first of all, shame on you.
Shame on you?
Shame on you, because rich people have been doing this for decades, and that's why they stay rich.
Yeah, because they're buying low and selling high.
We finally are in position to learn all of the things that these rich and the elite have been doing. And it's at our fingertips.
You could have just followed how Nancy Pelosi bought and then just got rich like she did, but
here we go. Here we go. It's gonna be a good night. Oh,
no,
boy.
there's actually a guy on TikTok. I haven't seen him in a while because I haven't been on TikTok, but he used to trade every single trade or stock or whatever that Nancy Pelosi put her money into is the exact same thing he put his money into. And this dude has already become a millionaire.
He's made millions. Oh, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Yes. Shame on those who have insider trading secrets.
I agree.
But kudos to you for having that connect. I can't even be mad at you for having somebody that can give you all the information that you need to know.
No, fuck that. I'm mad.
I'm mad I'm only mad that I don't know it. Like, most people are mad that Trump doesn't pay taxes, but they're mad because they don't know how to do the same thing. I'm mad
because I have to pay taxes. Yes. However, I'm trying to be just like him and not pay taxes too.
Precisely. So that's what I'm saying. People aren't mad at Trump because he doesn't pay taxes. They're mad they don't know how to do what he does. And it's the same thing when it comes to investing. We watch all the rich live in Hollywood Hills and Beverly Hills and, all these swanky places, Country Club of the South, Sugarloaf Country Club, Nashville. The list goes on and on. In Phoenix, Arizona, up in the top in those mountains up there where they're away from like all these people are, have all this money, and we're mad at them because they're rich, but we never really truly think about how they got rich, or they got rich and then what?
For myself, I'm not mad that they have money, right? My issue with insider trading,
You're different, and I'm not even talking about insider trading. I'm just talking about the fact that that we get so angry at those who have more than us that we omit the most important part is, how did they get there, and can I emulate it? You know what I mean? Can I emulate what they've done to get where they did? Because clearly they had to have done something. Now, I mean, unless you're a silver spoons kid, which is a real thing, but that's not everybody. There are a lot of people that are self-made millionaires,
self-made billionaires,
self-made billionaires, exactly. And so we can't keep using that excuse that, oh, they had the silver spoon, so they got this money from great old grandpappy who started a chain of chicken joints back in the early 60s. Chicken joints, burgers, you name it. But
you're a chicken
so
joint.
that's you're a fucking chain. Take your time with that all. Take your time with that all day.
So lame.
Take your time with it.
You're a fucking chain.
Yeah.
You're just jealous of my chain, bro.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, I do.
You don't want to do that.
Because I got more than this one.
Oh, Brandon.
I got a lot of chains.
I do too.
I got a lot of bling.
I just don't choose. I choose not to wear them a lot, but I think I really want to start wearing them because I've put a lot of money into a lot of jewelry. I'm a guy who likes watches, but I also like other forms of jewelry, including necklaces, or what we call in the streets chains.
Bro, I've had a chain since I was like 8. Little bitty brand. You know what I mean?
Same. I had a little tiny little Figaro necklace that my mom bought.
Figaro.
Yeah, with a cross. Then I upgraded to the Cuban links, and I had like a small Cuban link. Then the Cuban link got a little bigger, and then
Cuban link is my favorite one.
Then I got the Cuban link with the diamond cuts in it, and then that's when because back when you didn't really have a whole lot of money, when you had the diamond cuts, at least that gave you an extra little luster when you moved. It would glisten a little bit better, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously that continued on and on and on, and well.
See, this one's silver though. I got some gold ones though.
Oh, I believe it. I'm not doubting your swag. I'm just saying
they tens, but they clean though.
I'm just saying, be careful when you say that thing, Brandon. You don't want to one up me on the chains.
I will 2 up you on the chains.
Oh shoot, that guy is confident.
Confident.
Okay. All right. Speaking of confidence, if you are in the investment game, obviously you got some gold. You got some gold invested somewhere. And if you don't listen to us tonight, invest in gold. Get you some gold. Brandon, is your head all right? You damn near turned your whole head backwards. Are you possessed? What the hell was that about?
I'm about to lose it.
For what?
This goddamn cat, bro.
I'm about to the cat's back again. Meow, 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 meow.
Fuck it up.
Meow, 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 meow.
Fuck on. Bitch.
Meow, 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 meow.
I'm going to have to move this setup.
Listen here, Brandon. Meow.
Meow. Listen, meow.
Oh, God.
Bitch.
Anyway.
All right. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, buy gold. Buy some gold. It's a lot of money in that. It's never gonna go away. It's one of the sure ways. If everything was to fail right now in the market, gold would be one of those things that would hover for a bit. Even if it fell, it would hover. So get you some gold. But none of that will take us to what we're talking about tonight, because we're talking about the legality or the legal system right now and what it's doing to some of these famous people. We're going to dive right into it. Have you been hearing the accusations on Shannon Sharpe?
No.
Really?
I've heard something, but I can't speak on it because I haven't heard enough.
Oh, boy. Let's get to it. So, Shannon Sharpe, everybody knows Shannon. Shout out to Shannon Sharpe. He's a great dude. He has done an amazing job at reinventing himself after his career. He started out with him and Skip Bayless on Fox South. Scaleless? Yeah, Bip Scaleless. If that's Bip Scaleless. But they had one of the highest rated shows on Fox Sports. The pair were just perfect for each other in that show, and it made for high ratings.
They was together?
For whatever reason, yeah, they were friends. They were two boys. They were boyfriends. Oh. Yeah.
Calm down. Pause.
No, but they great synergy in the show. Made for great debate, make great arguments, great content. But for whatever reason, that didn't last. And Shannon Sharpe ended up getting his own. Well, he started his own podcast, him and Ocho Cinco, and that got pretty popular.
Ocho Cinco.
You know who that is?
Three Amigos. That's the white guy face right there.
Yeah, exactly. Chad Ochocinco, who also retired from the NFL. Chad Ochocinco, and he retired from the NFL as well. So him and Shannon Sharpe had they still have it. It's a very popular podcast. Shout out to them for being in that same space as we. I'd love some pointers to get to the next step. But hey, they got a very, very popular podcast. And then so from there, he decided to create another space called Club Shay Shay. And so Club Shay Shay is this show where he interviews all these stars. He interviews the stars, and they spill all the beans to Uncle Shay Shay. Like, it's crazy. He's had, in fact, that's one of his most popular was when he had Cat Williams on there, and Cat Williams was talking about the industry and how the Illuminati was a real thing.
That guy, I know who you're talking about now.
Wow, we finally. Thank you for catching the fucking ball, Brandon. God damn, I thought I was going to throw that motherfucker into the Raptors.
Damn, bro, just call me.
Yeah, I was trying to go. I was just trying to go down the line of all his accomplishments. But no, but when he had Cat Williams on there, and obviously that was like one of his highest rated shows at the time. It was doing crazy numbers so big that it grabbed the attention of a lot of different media outlets who were just now at this point throwing money at Shannon. So fast forward, he is now one of
the man.
Yeah, he's the man. He's one of the most sought after personalities in talk. And so he had this media deal on the line for over $100 million. $100 million media money, right?
Media money?
So, media money, because that's what it is.
That's just what we need, media money.
We need some media money, you know what I mean? Just like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, his podcast got immensely popular, and
bro, didn't he get offered like $250 million or some shit like that?
Yes, yeah, big dollars, huge dollars, and so now Shannon is in that same, not regular size dollars. We're talking about them. You know how you get those checks when you win like the lottery?
Oh, them big ass checks.
Them big ass checks. Yeah, exactly.
I need them big ass checks.
Right, and so now they throwing big ass checks at Shannon Sharpe. Six figure million checks. That's not a real thing, is it? That's not a real word. I made that shit up, didn't I? They're throwing
6, 7, 8 figures.
Some high commas in his portfolio.
Oh, 4, 5
okay.
Of them.
Yeah, 4, 5 of them things. So, congratulations. Amazing. Doing all these amazing things. 100% we're rooting you because you're getting some big dollars. Boom. Plot twist. Shannon likes to go skiing.
With men?
No. Those who heard me say that already know exactly what I'm talking about. Those who know what I'm saying, right?
That sounds like cocaine.
No, he likes to go skiing with the snow bunnies.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
picking up what you're putting down.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
Picking it up.
Tracking what I'm scattering?
Put it back down, though.
There you go. Put it back down because we're going to keep talking about it. So Shannon, for a while there, they tried to put out that Shannon was, a little feminine and he liked men and all that stuff like that. Well, no, Shannon is not that guy. That's not him in any stature whatsoever. I don't even know how they came to that conclusion. In fact, they came to that conclusion with a stupid, simple photo bite where he was stretching, getting out of a car, and so that it looked like he was doing a little, zesty pose. Little zesty pose, but it wasn't. It was just a moment that they captured, like any photo that you can catch when a person is doing some movement or even facial expression. They can alter that to look like you were doing some really crazy stuff, and so that obviously was BS. Shannon liked them snow bunnies, and he liked women. Period.
But to be fair, who don't?
When you talk about Mama Shell, that's right, Mama Shell. You like that, don't you, Mama Michelle?
Hey, calm down.
We don't know who Michelle is, but hey, man, there was a whole sex video that popped out. It was only audio, but Shannon forgot and stayed on live while he was doing the do with some girl named Michelle, and he was giving it to her. Yeah, but anyway, past Michelle, because apparently Michelle wasn't giving it back enough. Shannon decided to find this OnlyFans chick, right? I'm not gonna put any names in there right now.
They make so allegedly, much money.
They do. We talked about it before. OnlyFans chicks make dumb money to take shoes off or spread the butt cheeks or whatever.
OnlyFans tonight,
dude. There was a chick that all she does is sit in her tub and take a bath, and she makes over $2 million.
Selling bath water?
No, just videos of her bathing.
Well, I mean, women are pretty.
She doesn't even show
nothing.
Skin. It's just bubbles, her in the bath, and her bathing.
You know what?
Because she's pretty. She's pretty. And so, and she has a very nice physique.
I think it's because people are hoping that she's going to show something at some point.
Oh, without a doubt, that's the whole premise of it.
That's
because she has a very
of it.
because that's the mystery of it. Because at some point they're hoping, if I give her enough money, if I keep tipping every time I watch the video, she's gonna take something else. She's gonna rear out of the tub and show some tit, or something.
Well,
so they're
before.
hoping for that. Oh, it has.
There was one OnlyFans model, I think Belle Delphine or something like that. Well, anyway, she's like
I've
this
heard the
e-girl.
name.
She was like some e-girl, and everybody was getting upset because they were spending all this money on her and she wasn't showing anything.
Oh, the girl from South Africa. Yeah.
I don't know who you talking about.
Mary Belle Kirshner was her real name, but her name on OnlyFans was Belle Delphine.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Did you just look that up?
That's her. No.
No.
This motherfucker gonna call me out. I was trying to look like I was an expert, but not. But motherfucker. But anyway,
well, the reason I said that is because if you didn't look it up, that means you've been looking at something else.
True. But no, I looked it up. So she sold jars of bathwater for $90,000 a pop.
Jesus Christ.
A pop. And dudes were buying that shit like it was holy water.
Well, society as a whole has gone so hypersexualized. Like, it's not even
Without
funny.
a doubt.
That's why my kids don't go to school. They go to homeschool.
People's pervasions nowadays is so outlandish, it's not even funny. So you can do stupid stuff like sell bathwater that you're in. What am I going to do with the bathwater that you laid in?
Some people drink it. Some people pour it on themselves while they're...
First of all, that's disgusting. Let me tell you something, people. This whole idea, oh, baby, I'll drink your bathwater. No, you won't.
They will. You won't. Yes, they will.
And you will get sick and possibly fucking die.
They don't care, bro. All they care about is
bathwater. No, I mean, I'm not arguing against what you're saying, because you're right. People do stupid, weird stuff like that, but then they get sick and fucking die off from all this bacteria that was in that water. When we bathe, we're washing all the filth off of us. And so here these women are, giving dudes panties that they wore, socks that they went walking and ran and
not
exercised.
Not knowing the bitch got herpes.
Yes, but we always say men, but women are just as pervasive as men are.
They are.
They really are. There are women out there
that showing themselves online.
Yes, yeah, the women are showing themselves online. But you have male gigolos who go and do all kind of weird shit for women in their houses, because women aren't really big into the whole, buying shit on social media and all stuff like that. They don't want to go on. What? Not as much as men do.
Bro, you'd be surprised.
If you look at the per capita, men do exceed women. But no, women are spending a lot of money. But they spend more money for physical contact. Men, all we gotta do is see it. We don't give a fuck if they're around.
You're right.
Like,
right.
We'll see a video. Like, oh my god, we were young guys. We were young guys at some point, and before, our first sexual encounter. Our first sexual encounter was a magazine or a video.
Bro, those
online.
Were the days.
Or back at, this is really telling my age, but remember back in the day when sometimes before, like when you had cable TV and you turn on some of those channels and they were really staticky, but every now and then during the night it would give you a glimpse of some titty or some bush, because back in the day it was about bush. If you had a nice little bush down there, that got men wild,
bro.
But so we're more what?
Funniest shit ever. I ain't never told nobody this story. Well, I've told a couple people, but not like, a lot of people. It was me and one of my buddies. My grandfather had because this telling my age too. We had a VCR, and there was a videotape of Terminator, right?
Mm.
So my homeboy came over, and I'm like, "Hey, you want to watch the Terminator?" Because it was relatively new at the time and stuff. So we stick it in a VCR and it's just some fucking girl getting railed. I'm like, what the fuck? And this was on living room TV. And bro, that turned into the longest running joke between me and him.
Oh my God.
Imagine putting in a movie thinking it's damn Terminator and you about to see some titties.
Some titties. Yeah, that's I just did something, and only those who have saw this video would know what I just did. And I'm not even going to tell what that came from.
I don't know what it is.
Don't even worry about it. But those who know, they know. But anyway, back to Shannon Sharpe, right? So Shannon Sharpe decided that he wanted to go and deal with this OnlyFans chick. So it was a young lady. She was in her 20s, like 25, 28, something like that. She says that Shannon Sharpe raped her. He used to beat her, allegedly.
Damn, beat her ass too?
Yeah. She said that he beat her and all kind of stuff. And so
this is all alleged.
Yeah, allegedly. So she's suing Shannon for $50 million.
God, $50 million. Who you think you're getting at? Chelsea Clinton?
$50 million. Attorneys filed the lawsuit Sunday in Clark County, Nevada, for a woman listed in court documents as Jane Doe at the time, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. The lawsuit also accuses Shannon Sharpe of using physical force on her and inflicting emotional distress. The law says that the lawsuit lays out a pattern of intimidation, manipulation, abuse, including allegations that Sharpe repeatedly threatened to choke and slap Jane Doe, according to her. Now, mind you, her attorney is Tony Busby. And if you don't know who Tony Busby is, then you're not following, Hollywood law is what I would call it. Trust me. Hollywood law in this day and age, because all these people are getting locked up and arrested for all these sexual allegations, Tony Busby is a very big name when it comes to Hollywood law. And so he is her lawyer. And, he's such a snake in the grass, my opinion.
Aren't they all?
He goes after all these types of allegations, and he will manipulate things in a way that the courts have found that.
Yeah, but that's lawyers, though.
True, but a lot of his stuff is so obviously shady and scandalous. But anyway, so he took over as her lawyer, right? So they're really going after him, and what's crazy is this girl has all these recorded audio phone calls of her talking to Shannon, and in these audio calls, you got to hear them, man. You really got to hear them because they just sound so mapped out. Everything is so perfect the way she talks in the scripted. And Shannon's being Shannon, and Shannon's talking the way he talks, but he alleges that she got off on him talking aggressively, talking about these things in a way she likes to be abused. Like that's her fetish, is being like manhandled by a man, right?
With the way things are
allegedly
now, it's believable.
Allegedly, but we don't know. I don't know, so I can't say that that's a true thing. But allegedly, that's what he's saying that she likes. So that's why he talked to her, and some of the things that he said during their phone calls, which kind of makes sense the way that she was acting when she would talk, because like I said, it felt like she was reading from a script the way that she talked to him, but then he would talk back to her in true Shannon Sharpe fashion. Hometown of Glenville, Georgia. He talked with that real Southern drawl, and he talked about all this stuff. But even the stuff that he talked about, it didn't sound like any true ill intent to her. In my opinion. But she said that he did it, and she's shooting for $50 million. Now, my only concern is that early on, when she did this, allegedly, Shannon offered her $10 million to just go to walk away from it, but she chose not to do that. She was like, "No, I want my $50 million. I don't. Nope. 10 million is not going to do it. I need 50 mil, and that's all I'm going for. And what's even worse is Shannon Sharpe said that he's going to step away from ESPN while he deals with this case to fight all these false allegations in the lawsuit.
Well, but if he doesn't, then ESPN might kick him out anyways.
True. So if he's truly stepping away from it, kudos to him to, deal with that right now. Because, I mean, think about it, man. If you had some kind of that kind of allegation against you, would you feel comfortable going to work every day and putting on a happy face when you have to? Like that, your whole job, the whole prowess of your job is to be this energetic, bubbly, excited person, because that's your character. That's your signature, and you can't do that when you have that kind of allegation against you. So I respect him for doing that, if that's truly what happened. Or even if it was a business move where he was like, no, let me go and get out of this before ESPN kicks me to the curb. So shout out to him for doing that. But he said that he's going to be devoting his time to his family, responding and dealing with all the false and disruptive allegations. And he, obviously sent out an appreciation to the fans for their support to him, and his colleagues, because as a person of his stature who is a big name, you're going to have people that are going to want to get money from you.
It's not even the name, really. It's just the money.
It's tough dating in Hollywood. It's tough dating being, any particular person of any profession that is on the main stage, because most people are after your money. And so the downfall is you don't really know who is really got your back. And that includes friends. You can have friends that are there and they're just waiting on that one time that you and him have an argument, or him and her have an argument, or her and her have an argument. And they're like, oh my God, he hit me. She slapped me. She did this. They're so verbally abusive and all this stuff so that they can get money from you.
Friends be the first one to turn on you.
Exactly. It's happened time and time again in Hollywood. And so it really does suck to be in that position, because you never know who is going to be coming after you. So it almost keeps you paranoid all the time, and it keeps you on eggshells when you're around people. You want to be careful with the things that you say, the people that you associate with. Case in point, did you hear that?
No.
What the fuck was that? Anyway, case in point, like, for example, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is Hollywood's most elusive actor. When Keanu Reeves is at events, or if he's taking pictures with fans, Keanu will not touch you. He will not get close to you. Like, he is really protective of himself. But I can't blame the man, because so many people in Hollywood are so...
I have to be the same way, though.
Right. Yeah, because so many people see you in Hollywood, and they want what you have. Not necessarily the popularity, but they want the money that you have acquired, that you've amassed in your time as, one of Hollywood's elites. And that even not only Hollywood, but this happens in all forms of business, where you have these elite millionaires that are making all this money, and you find these people that will prey on you, and they show up at all these different functions so that they can get close to you, so that they can get a part of what you have. And this has been happening forever, but like now, like lately, all these people are coming out of the freaking woodwork to go after these guys like crazy. Another one, your boy Diddy. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
bro, he
real.
did.
I'm gonna be real. Yeah. Diddy, I'm sorry, and this is
It's just too much, bro. It's too much with
again.
Diddy, so it's just too
Even
much.
though innocent until proven guilty, these are all still allegations. But
That motherfucker guilty.
that motherfucker guilty
Allegedly.
when that's what they're talking about. Yeah, it's
Allegedly.
we all know that Diddy is a big time party guy. He's a party boy. He is the true definition. If you looked up the definition of party boy, you'd have a picture of Diddy with some shades on,
You might see Chris Pontius, though.
smiling. Who?
Chris Pontius.
Party boy?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, fair enough.
Know,
but
you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
but
that's my guy.
As a party boy, like Diddy is absolutely up there, top reign supreme. It's no secret in Hollywood that Diddy throws some of the craziest parties there are. Period. Point blank.
It ain't no party like
If it's
a Diddy
party,
party.
ain't nothing like a Diddy party, because a Diddy party will get you raped. Hey, look, man, it's been several people that have come out to the light that said, if you want to go to a Diddy party, make sure you leave by 9:00. Because after 9,
nothing good happen after dark.
Facts. What your grandma and your mom used to say, nothing good comes after, midnight. And that's a fact when it comes to a Diddy party. Yeah. Some of these wild allegations that are on Diddy right now are very damning. Especially and no damning.
I think it's just called damning.
It's damning.
I think it's damning.
No, it's not damning. It's damning.
Why are you pronouncing the N in damning?
Because it's damning.
I don't think so.
Is it? Am I saying it wrong?
I think you're saying it wrong. Pretty sure it's damning.
Look it up while I talk about this. So the thing that I would say that bothers me the most is all the people that are coming out that said that they were kids during the time of these parties, and they were in the adoption agencies. So allegedly these kids were in all of these orphanages, and somebody in Hollywood, I don't know who, would go to these adoption. Somebody in Hollywood no, hear me out. They would go to these adoption agencies and say, hey, we need 4 girls, 6 boys tonight.
12 white babies and 12 black babies.
And so they would tell those kids to go meet at this address. They'd send them over there, and then they get there, and then the people would tell them what they want them to do. And so they would get there, and they would say, okay, you're going to be a toy. And so the definition of the toy is that they are going to stand on this table. Some of them might be covered in food, fruits, and things like that, and they would eat the fruit off the children.
Bro, what kind of shit is this?
And this is, again,
bro,
these are all allegations.
I believe it, though. I do believe it. But
no, I do believe it, but we don't know for sure if this is truly a thing. But
when you think about it, this is crazy
against him right now. It is crazy. It really is crazy because, damn, these kids already don't have parents. And here they are with the very one adult person that they can trust who has...
No, they can't.
Exactly. They have let them down again. The system has let them down, and so they're letting these kids go to these parties, and they're going there, and oh man, I got to find this girl's interview because she talks about this stuff in such in-depth detail with her experience and the things that she had to deal with while she was there. That she talked about that Diddy would get them, smoking weed and doing all this stuff, get them super high. Then he'd come around with some kind of lubrication and rubbing on them, and
55-gallon drums,
and they would black out, and they would
no
black
shit.
out. They would black out. We don't know what that thing is, but there's a movie out actually. If you haven't seen it, there's a movie out called Blink Twice. Is it Blink Twice?
Blink once.
Blink a few times. But it's weird because that movie almost verbatim is the description of what happens to these people, because it forces them to forget what they did the night before, right? So they can do all this crazy stuff to you and you wouldn't even remember that it happened.
Bro, this ain't gonna be one of the movies like R. Kelly, with just him sitting up there. I ain't do that shit. Bitch, you did it.
No. You got to watch the movie. It's called Blink Twice. It stars what's the guy? The dance, Channing Tatum, Zoe Kravitz, and Adria Arjona. Like, bro, first of all, you gotta see the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a good movie. It's crazy because it really shows you what happens when those who have the most can do all these things to those who don't have it all. And those who don't have just want a glimmer of that kind of lifestyle, right? But Diddy was doing all this stuff, and he was giving these girls, allegedly, these, smoking the weed and giving them all these drugs.
Girls
and guys, because they had girls and boys, little girls and little boys,
allegedly,
that would come allegedly, and they would come into these parties, and they would be these toys for the guests. And we're talking about high.
Yeah, like Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. Yeah. We're talking about the elite, to the point where they're talking about, sheiks from other countries, princes from other countries that were coming to princesses that were coming to these parties and being a part of all this,
bro,
sexual carnage that was going on.
This sounds a lot like the plot of the movie Taken.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah, but with the exception that these people were being sold off to these elite. These were just people that were just coming in. That's what I'm saying. In Taken, they were being sold off as sexual toys to the elite. The elite were coming to this place like they were going to like a buffet. They go and they'll pick. All right, I want that one, and they'll eat off of that child allegedly. Throughout the night. And if they decide that they want that child after 9 o'clock, because like I said, everything would happen after 9 o'clock. Shit got real after 9 o'clock. There was there's an artist. He's a Christian artist named Lecrae. And he talked about this in an interview as well. He said that, he was invited to a very popular Christian artist, a rapper. And he got invited to a Diddy party. And so he was there, and he's hanging out downstairs in one of the studios, because Diddy's house has like levels upon levels, and so he was in the very basement of where one of the studios was, right? And so everybody's in their partying and they're having a good time. They're not doing anything crazy because they know that it's Lecrae, and they're respecting his belief system. And he said that it got to around about 8:30, 8:45. And some of the people, he didn't name names, but some of the people that were down there with him told him, "Hey, brother, it's getting a little late. I think it's time you need to get out of here." And Lecrae was like, "What are you talking about? I'm a grown man. I can kick it. Just because just because I'm a Christian don't mean don't get it twisted. Like, I can hang out with the best of them." And they were like, "No, you don't understand. You need to get out of here. You need to get out of here before things start changing." Yeah. And he I'm obviously not quoting what he said completely, but it was along the lines of like, no, you seriously, you got to go before the party changes, because and he said this, because when the music changes, the party's a little different. And so he was like, okay. because he said the way they said it, and the way they looked at him when they said that phrase, when the music changes, it's going to be a little different in here. So he was like, all right, cool, bet. I hear you. I'm reading between the lines. I'm gone. So
that's when everybody starts smoking Jeffries.
Jeffries? What the fuck is that? So he says as he's going back up the stairs, he's going up past these floors, right? And so he made it right up until 9:00, and literally he said that the music changed. He didn't say what the music changed to, but he said that the music changed. Like the the first part, it's all this, it's high pace, high energy music going on, and all of a sudden it just shifted. And as he's going upstairs, boom, chicka, wow, wow. And as he's walking up the stairs, he sees people start taking their clothes off. And so
the fuck?
He kind of sped up walking up the stairs.
They were right. I need to get out of here.
To get out of there because, people were starting to do some really weird stuff. And he was like, that was my one and only experience of a Diddy party. And he was like, I'll never go back again. And there are several other people that talk about this very thing all the time. They and they all had that same statement. There's a certain part of the night where the music just changes and it doesn't go back to the high energy music that would have you partying. But nobody actually talks about what that music turns into. They just say that the music changes, and apparently, it goes down. Like it really goes down. There's been fuck you. It's not that kind of night tonight.
Those who've been watching the podcast know
that's fucking funny. Yeah. Anyway. So it's like a common theme that there's something that goes on at a certain hour of the night that shifts the energy of the party. And a lot of the people that are at these parties are government officials.
It's the bewitching hour.
It's the witching hour. Exactly. It's exactly what it is. That's what it reminds me of, is of a witching hour where everything changes and people become, I don't know, more animalistic, and they're doing all this wild, crazy stuff. And like, you have to actually go and look at some of the court reports of what actually took place in these parties. But some of this stuff is really wild.
Yeah, they're demons.
They were doing some really wild stuff. Well, we've had our talks about different paranormal things, and I've told you my stance on that and the things that I've seen myself, and I've told you things that my dad has told me, that there are more things between heaven and hell than I has seen. So I'm not going to say
one white dude standing behind a tree.
Yeah, well, he wasn't white, but yeah.
My bad. He was rainbow colored. I forgot.
Yeah, he was rainbow colored.
He was multicultural.
Multicultural white man. He paid for a full subscription to Duolingo. But no, so some of the things that they do at these parties are just beyond belief wild, and allegedly, because I don't know, I've never been to a Diddy party. I'm not popular enough to go be invited, and probably, honestly, if I was, I wouldn't want to stay.
Oh no,
I wouldn't want to go.
Cannon went to one of the Diddy parties.
Oh, aha! I see what you did there. You almost got me.
He do got a lot of kids.
Hey man, yeah, that boy there is skeeting all over the walls.
God damn.
Semen everywhere.
Gross.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, look, man, some of the photos that are in some of these dossiers are a little damning to some people.
There you go with that damning again.
I'm telling you, look it up. I promise you I'm saying it the right way. I promise you I'm saying it the right way, because
I don't think so, bro.
It's damning. I promise you. Just look it up. But anyway, some of the people that are in these videos, or well, not videos, but in that they talk about that are in these parties, boy, if there are truly children in there and they can prove that, man, it's a lot of people getting ready to go up creek for a long time.
Yeah, but nothing's ever going to come of it because there's too many high level people with a lot of money
That want to keep it away.
Huh?
Well, hell, just like Epstein's, that case hasn't been released yet. Diddy's case is still, they're just getting ready. They're starting to ramp up. They haven't even gotten a jury yet. They're going through, these people to get them ready for the jury. So like, we don't even know all the stuff that is getting ready to be presented, all the evidence that was found. We don't know what that actually looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Long ass pause, motherfucker. I thought you were gonna say something like, yeah.
I thought you were gonna continue.
No.
Goddamn Diddy.
Yeah, but I mean, so it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be even more interesting between him and the Epstein files, with all the people that have gone to Epstein Island and those that have gone to the Diddy parties. It's going to get wild. It's going to get really, really wild. And so many other people right now are being called out for doing shit. Just this week, Smokey Robinson,
goddamn Rokas Robinson,
allegedly has been sexually abusing his maids. No, it's not funny, but it's like,
it
God
sound
damn
funny.
it. No, it's like it's insane funny, because it's like, this man is in his 80s, bro. Now, mind you, they're coming out with allegations that took place almost 20 years ago, that Smokey Robinson was just like this sexual aggressor with his housemaids. And they're now coming out saying that he's done all this crazy stuff. His wife knew about some of the stuff that was going on, didn't do anything about it. And it's crazy. It is
it makes
crazy.
you wonder, though, because they were probably getting money back then, and now they probably broke, ain't got no money. You know what?
The checks stopped. The checks stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Say what you want. Argue me in the comment section. R. Kelly, for one.
You gonna tell me some of them parents didn't know? Nah, they knew.
Exactly.
They knew.
First of all,
allegedly,
you took your teenage child. Yes. Let me stress that again. You took your teenage child to meet R. Kelly. R. Kelly is known for making sexual adult music, right?
Bro, look at his concerts.
Yeah, let's not even get. We haven't even gotten there yet. Just the sheer fact of some of the and hate me if you want, but I love R. Kelly's music, and if you don't, you're lying to yourself. Just because of what he's done, you can't deny the man's music. But that's beside the fact in this argument. You took your teenage child to meet R. Kelly for a chance at stardom. You didn't care how that child got stardom, but you wanted that child to meet this adult man who made sexual music. You didn't take that child to Disney to go and audition for a Disney show, even though we found that Disney was that's a whole different story, and we talked about that before. That's a whole other
story.
Yeah, Disney and Nickelodeon got some really freaky people. Shame on y'all. Shame on every person that knows what I'm talking about right now. You should be put in the bottom of the prison. But anyway, you didn't even do that under the pretense, under the assumption that you're taking your child to something that is kid friendly, right? You took your child directly to the chocolate factory.
What?
Yeah. That was a
I don't want to go
play on
there.
his, that was a play on one of his albums. But anyway, you took your child to go and meet this grown adult man, and you didn't think that. And mind you, you took your teenage child who happens to be very pretty, and you know that that child happens to be very pretty. You took that child to R. Kelly, who we know loves women. We know this. No, there's no surprise. There, R. Kelly had sex tapes that got leaked decades ago before that happened. You know that R. Kelly was about that life. R. Kelly married Aaliyah before she was of age, allegedly.
17 years old.
Yeah. So you know these things. This isn't anything new about this man. You knew this man liked little girls. You knew this man liked pretty young girls. So you, as a parent who decided to sit your ass in a courtroom and say all these allegations about how R. Kelly took your kid and you feel like they're in danger and all this stuff.
You did it.
Allowed that to happen. You brought your child to him. I don't care who gets mad at me for saying this. You brought your child, because I'm a father. I'm a father of 3. You're a father of 3. I'll be damned if I took my daughters to go and meet some grown ass man at some studio, or some club to audition for some music. And R. Kelly's, let's be honest. Does R. Kelly have a major record label? No. He himself is a big artist on a label. So what is it exactly that you thought that he was going to do for your child?
Money.
Right.
They were lazy
So
and they
what?
wanted a get rich quick.
A get rich quick off of your child's back. And so now, because R. Kelly said, these checks are getting ready to dry up, brother. Your daughter's of age. I don't need your permission anymore. Right? I don't need your permission anymore. She's an adult now. Mm-hmm. So I don't have to pay you anymore to keep at bay. I can now do the things I want to do with your daughter, and I have to pay you to do it because she's an adult. And now I've programmed all this stuff so much into her brain, she's gonna do it anyway. She doesn't even want to come back to you now.
Yeah, they're brainwashed at that point.
They're brainwashed.
Bro, funny enough, you know how easy it is to brainwash people?
It really is, bro.
I mean, it really is. We see it with propaganda all the time. You can show somebody an image of something so many times before
a subliminal message will reprogram your brain. This has been done time and time again in many different cases. They use this to change and alter people's thoughts.
They change their entire perception of reality.
Absolutely. This is a real thing. And it's no different with what people like that do, or people like David Koresh did, Son of Sam. All these people had a level of the gift of gab that was so good that they could make you do virtually anything you wanted, anything they wanted you to do. And it's just wordplay.
I mean,
it's wordplay.
Charles Manson had his followers kill Sharon Tate.
Yes.
You know, she was 8 months pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they didn't even want people to, they would not leave Charles Manson in a room with a person alone. That's how much influence that man had, that they, even after him being locked up and have reporters come to interview him, they told the interviewers that they could not be in the room alone with that man. Not because he would attack them, because of his influence. They said his influence is so profound that he could force people to do things that they didn't think that they could do violently.
Do you think that could happen to you?
I would like to think no, because
it takes, and I hate to say this, stupid people to, or maybe not necessarily stupid.
I don't want to use that phrase because
intelligence.
I don't even want to say that. I want to say lesser willpower. More so lesser willpower than intelligence. Because if you look at a lot of the people that people like Dave Koresh had in his compound, the people that Charles Manson influenced to do all these things, the things that what was that other group, Hale Bop, those people that Hale Bop was another one where these guys that no. Really? This motherfucker. You didn't think I knew that. No. So Hellbot was this group of people who believed that this UFO was going to come back.
Wait, we talked about that actually.
We talked about this on a show last season,
last year or something.
Yeah. And so they believed that this UFO was going to come during this eclipse, and it was only going to come at the time of the eclipse. You may have, but yeah. So they believed so strongly that this UFO was going to come pick them up and take them to wherever the hell galaxy they were from. Maybe it did. Who knows? But, because when they said they saw the people after they drank the Kool-Aid, they just basically laid down, and there was no evidence of them like in any internal organ failure from, or should I, how do they say it? There was no evidence of like violent internal organ failure like that of being poisoned.
So it's just pretty much like they just ceased to
lay down and went to sleep, and their soul went up into the UFO. But again, these people are easily manipulated to believe that stuff. And there's another and it was an HBO docuseries about this woman. I forgot what it's called. Something mother of something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's on HBO. But she was the same way. She had such this influence, and she had all these people come out and live in the forest with her, and she just had this humongous following of people. And we're talking about doctors, lawyers. Yes. So that's why I say you can't say that they're just stupid. These aren't stupid people that are doing these crazy things. Hell, at the David Koresh compound, there were all these people, all these doctors, and like people who had these amazing lives that believed more in what he was talking about than living on their own.
Just because you have a degree doesn't mean you're smart.
No, not completely.
You know how many people with degrees that I know that are
but you're not
stupid?
dumb. But you're not dumb either.
I think some people choose ignorance. Some people are not born to lead. Some people just follow. So
True.
I think a lot of people are blissfully ignorant.
I like that.
They are, though. That. A lot of people choose to not see. For instance, you say something to somebody and they take it personally. You know what I mean? Like you're the one that's choosing to take it personally. Like,
of course.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, life
no
is a
one
choice.
can. Yeah. No one can control your actions. You know what I mean? So,
right.
If somebody says something to you, you have to be the one to control how you're going to react to it.
Mm-hmm. No,
and when you don't, that's how people manipulate you.
Absolutely. If you allow them to continue, and then, but what happens is now in your mind, you start to feel like I need this insight from this person because I'm just not strong enough to mentally argue against what he's saying. Hell, pimps are the great dude. Pimps are the greatest at manipulation. They do a mind fuck like no other. They promise all this amazing stuff to these women. Yeah, baby, me and you, we going to the stars, baby. You know, all you got to do is just listen to me, baby. You just got to bring me the money every night. And I promise you, you and me, we going to take it to the stars. We're going to take it to the moon. And the girl's like, okay. Yeah.
You sound like the girl off of fucking Hustle and Flow.
It's in all fairness, that was a point well proven. Those girls were willing to listen and believe anything that DJ had to say. The Mac, same thing.
The Mac.
Pimp shit. All these guys would say stuff. Mark Morrison. they would say I mean, like pimpology is a real thing.
Pimpology.
Like, they say words that just amaze me, but yet it will force women to gravitate towards it and be willing to sell their bodies for this guy. Now, mind you, you can go sell your body yourself and make all the money and keep all the and keep all the money for yourself, right?
Hence OnlyFans.
You don't need hence OnlyFans. You don't need to give that money to anybody, but yet you feel like you can't. So you get this pimp who comes to you like, "Hey, baby, I see you on the stroll. You know what I'm saying? You selling, you know, but you're doing it wrong, girl. What you need? So you need somebody to protect you. You need to protect out there. You need me." And they're like, "All right, whatever."
You
like, no, baby,
you need him.
Listen, you need me, girl. Look at all these jive turkeys out here.
Oh, jive ass turkey.
Taking advantage of you. I can get you way more money than what you're making, girl. All you got to do is listen to me, baby.
I'm gonna bring them to you.
Yeah. Like, that's some real pimp. That's some real pimp shit. Like, that's some real.
I used to be.
But it's all manipulative, and it's no different than any of the people that we just talked about. It's no different. It's the same thing, and it goes back to what we said. People are so easily manipulated that they will do anything. That's the world we live in, and it makes you question the integrity of the brain. Like, what is it that these kinds of people are able to do that can get past that firewall that is your defense against bullshit?
I don't know, bro. The brain is insane.
It is. And it's kind of scary when you think about it, because like, people can easily be so manipulated about the simplest thing and do the craziest shit.
Well, you know, a lot of people throughout history, they've used mass manipulation, right? I mean, think about it with Hitler, right? If you've got 10 people that already think alike, and then they already, you know, they go to the 11th person and all 10 of them are thinking this way, you know, you get to this person who has a different mindset, you know, blah, blah, blah. They don't want to seem like the outcast, so they will shift their beliefs to how the majority is thinking, and that's just kind of how it goes from there.
Simple Science Project. They did this they made I think it was a clinic or a job? No, it was a job interview. So everybody came into this job interview, right? They walked in. The whole thing is mock. It's a mock job interview, right? So all these people come inside. They got a few actors in there, right? They got the actors, you know, at the first few seats. No, actually, correction. There was only one actor in there, and so she sat at the very first, the first chair, right? And I think that it was either a sound or something happened, and every time that sound happened, the actor would stand up, and then she would sit back down, and so
why I've seen this before.
Yeah, it's made its circle around the internet, and it was on TV as well, and so
I think we might have talked about this
after we may have, maybe. But after a few times of the actors standing up and down, the next person who was a real person who thought they were there for a real interview started doing the same thing. So they started standing up every time they heard the sound. By the end of the test, there was like a room full of people that were there.
It was like 15 right? people standing
and
up.
All 15 down. Of the people would stand up and sit down for no fucking reason. They had no idea why they were doing it, but because everybody else was doing it, they themselves programmed their brain to listen to the sound. And so they took the actor out, they took some of the other people out, and they left the people that came in afterwards. And every time those people heard the sound, they would stand up for no reason at all.
Honestly, if it was me in there, I can't say for certain that I would do the same thing, but I would be looking at everyone. What the fuck are y'all doing?
That's what, but that's the thing. That's what the people that came in would do. They look at them like, the fuck? All
well,
right.
Actually,
as they're filling out the paper and they're looking over at the people, and they're just like, and they do it, and then all of a sudden they would hear the sound, and they'd see the people get up, and they do it, and then once they finish filling out the paperwork, they're kind of sitting there, and then when they hear the sound again, now they're like, oh shit, there's got to be something to this. Let me get my ass up because everybody else is doing it, so let me get up too.
But I feel like people like you and myself, we've already researched quite a bit of, topics. I mean, vast topics. So right. I feel like you and I wouldn't be the kind of people that would do that, though.
I feel like I would not. But
it'd be damning to myself.
It would be. I see what you did there. I don't know. I've been in situations where, you have, peer influences and things like that. And I chose to not follow the peer influence. So I feel like I would probably not follow the quid pro quo. I think I would do, no, that just doesn't seem right to me. This shit don't make sense. No, I don't. Or I would get up and, hey, why is everybody standing up? You need to tell me why I'm doing this, because I'm not just going to do this for
that. That would be reason. Me. I would be the one. Hey, why are you doing that?
Right.
Oh, I don't know. Everybody else is doing it. I'm just eating the chips.
I thought chips was for everybody. I didn't know that. I really feel like that. Yeah, I think that we would probably not be the type of people that would fall into that, but I don't know. I've never been put in a predicament that would allow me to fuck you.
Goddamn petitions.
I don't think I've been in a predicament that has allowed me to be able to question anything like that.
Well, Corey, let me throw a curveball at you.
Shoot.
Would you rather fight
shit.
100 duck-sized horses or 5 horse-sized ducks? I'm gonna let you think on that one. It's a serious question. It's a right answer to it.
Say that one more time. say that one more time. I need to hear it again.
Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses?
100 duck-sized horses.
Yes, or 5 horse-sized ducks. They got beaks and shit.
I think I would rather fight the 500 duck-sized horses.
500. Hers is just 100.
Oh, I'm sorry, 100. I'll take on 500 of them little fuckers. But to have 5 horse-sized ducks,
that's a big ass duck.
That's a big duck, brother.
Wow.
That's a duck that I don't want to deal with at all.
Duck I don't want to fuck with.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I'll take those little motherfuckers and
just run them.
I'll toss them. I'll toss those little bastards like footballs.
Just a little quick one before we get out of here.
Since you brought that up, before we go, because obviously this is a big thing on social media right now. 100 men versus a gorilla.
Bruh. For those of us that don't know.
Talk on it.
I was going to let you talk on it.
Oh, yeah. Why you smoke your little vape?
It's a big ass vape.
God damn it. So there's this whole thing. There's this whole phenomenon going on right now throughout social media. I mean, it's on every platform there is. This whole idea that 100 men can beat one full-grown male gorilla, young male gorilla.
Yeah, they could. Easy.
Let's put this into. Let's put this into.
Hold on, think about it. Because, right? Let's say you big as fuck and you're strong, and you got 10 dudes about to fight you.
Okay.
Right? They're gonna beat your ass. Okay. Because even if they're not big dudes, if they can just hit you in the face one time, you get hit in the face 10 times, you fucked up.
Sure.
I'm rocking that gorilla in the shit.
Dudes.
I might get bit.
Men. But the thing is, we have to take into consideration the statistics of a gorilla.
You don't think we're gonna win?
Of a gorilla.
50 of me and 50 of you.
Okay. So,
get your hand out your nose.
Here's the thing, Brandon. we're talking about a adult silverback. First and foremost, an adult silverback gorilla weighs up to 400 pounds, right?
Yeah, that's 400 pounds.
They're capable of lifting well over 1,800 pounds.
Yeah. So am I.
They're fast.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Agile.
I'm agile too.
They have a powerful jaw.
Like a damn alligator.
It's actually stronger. The bite of a gorilla is stronger than that of an alligator.
It ain't quicker though.
Did you know that?
It ain't quicker though.
It's not quicker than an alligator?
It ain't quicker. It's biting it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, you're right. It's not quicker because that gorilla has more time to grab your ass and pull you in. And look, I asked ChatGPT this, just playing around, just for shits and giggles.
I fucking love ChatGPT.
I love it. We need to talk about ChatGPT on an episode. But this is what ChatGPT said. I'm going to read this verbatim. It says, if you're referring to a male gorilla, the answer is no. Not without serious risk and possible heavy casualties, even with 100 unarmed men. Gorillas, especially adult silverbacks, are incredibly strong, weighing up to 400 pounds and capable of lifting over 1,800 pounds. They're also fast, agile, and have powerful jaws and sharp canine teeth. A single gorilla can inflict devastating injuries in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, we know there's going to be casualties.
Hold on. It's not over. Hold on, it's not over. If these 100 men are unarmed and untrained, they'd likely hesitate, panic, and even get in each other's way trying to fight the gorilla.
Yes, but you got to be specific with ChatGPT.
No, I just asked I asked ChatGPT in the way that it is out there on social media. And it said, in the confined space of an actual fight, only a few could engage the gorilla at a time. So that means that all the people that are in there, okay, everybody that's up front that is getting into the gorilla, they're getting fucked up.
So you saying it's just going to be like the Hulk coming in, fucking everybody up.
Yes. The gorilla could severely injure or even kill several men before being overwhelmed. However, if the men were armed or strategically coordinated, the odds would tip quickly in their favor.
Well, yeah, sure. If they're armed, I'd shoot the motherfucker.
Now, I don't know very many people that can lift 1,800 pounds.
I mean, you know me, so.
Quite frankly, I don't know anybody that can lift 1,800 pounds with bare hand. That's.
Oh no, they got the strongman competition.
You ever heard the phrase "that's all man"? No, this is beyond man. This is a scenario where it's considered beyond man. But 100 me
100 me
yeah, 100 me you probably could. But the first,
I would like
50,
to think so.
The first 50
of us getting fucked up.
The first 50 are dead.
Yeah,
out the gate. The first 10 are dead in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, and this is the part that ChatGPT didn't really go into detail on. A gorilla's skin is far more tougher than a human's. It's thicker by quite a lot, quite a larger percentage than that of a human. The margin is much higher. So think about hitting a fat person. When you hit a fat person,
they go down.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
They will.
Not even in the face. They have more fat around their bodies. They're able to overpower you a lot more because of their weight, their size. They can move you a lot more than you can move them.
Well, so what
Same
kind
thing
of fat
can be
person
said about a gorilla.
What kind of fat? It depends on the fat person.
An agile fat person who has the ability to move around and fuck you up.
That's different because you got tall fat people.
Not
they just body you.
Not the my 600 pound life kind of fat people.
That's the fat people I was thinking about.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about those who are because we're talking about an agile gorilla. Because keep in mind, I said an adult young male gorilla, not an old gorilla.
All right, we'll go with that.
So,
what about a fat ass gorilla? How about an orangutan?
If a gorilla got fat, then maybe because he can't move fast enough. But again, overpowering him and beating him is going to be a question because you're punching this gorilla who already has a thicker, denser skin, a thicker, denser muscular build, and also a thicker and far more superior, denser muscular build. A skeletal build. Their bones are far more denser than that of a human. So the idea of you breaking any bones during this fight is going to be very slim.
What setting are we in?
Well, most settings were that I saw on video. They were out in the middle of a field, and the gorilla was there, and there were 100 men on the other side, and they charged this gorilla, and the gorilla started just throwing body parts around like it was
Hulk smash.
Yeah, like somebody trying to grab cash at in one of those machines. Like it was nothing to the gorilla. So I don't know.
ChatGPT was correct when they said it would take strategy in order to do it, because realistically, if most of those men could get close enough to punch the gorilla in the eye or the temple, or like hit a strategic spot. If they got a strategic spot,
a strategic spot,
a strategic, you know what the fuck I meant.
Okay. Sure. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have a strategy, but here's the thing: gorillas aren't dumb. First and foremost, they're always aware of everything around them.
No, they ain't. You never seen them videos of them gorillas getting scared?
Of rain. The only thing that scares gorillas is rain. Them motherfuckers will run and squint that face up.
In.
Yeah. They just go crazy when it's rain. But no, gorillas are usually, because obviously to be a silverback gorilla, male, your whole mission in life is to, reproduce and protect exactly. So you have to always be, no, not quite, but you have to always be, aware of your surroundings.
So you're going to be on a swivel.
Yeah, you're gonna have your head on a swivel. To be the king of the pride, you have to be able to.
That's a lion.
What do they call gorilla?
King of the jungle. No, that's still a lion.
Not what they call. That's a lion, Brandon. What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck do you call a group of lions? It's a pride.
No, I know that. But what is a group of gorillas?
I don't fucking know. Ask ChatGPT.
I don't know.
The fuck is a group of gorillas?
A group of a troop or a band.
I don't like the band. I like the troop.
Yeah. And a group is typically led by a dominant silverback male who protects and leads the group. The rest of the troop usually includes multiple females and their offsprings, and sometimes a few younger non-dominant males called blackbacks.
Called what backs?
Blackback, boy. You know what I'm talking about?
That sounds racist.
Hey, man, look.
I ain't never heard of no blackback.
Maybe some racist explorer said...
Look at those blackbacks.
If you look at the blackbacks that are there,
Nigel
with the silverback,
Crocky,
you can see that the blackbacks are less dominant than the silverback. Hey, man. Hey, but that exactly describes what I just said, and I'm surprised that I knew that, but I knew that. So I honestly, I don't know, man. I don't know. And let's be honest. That's one of those God only knows questions, because I seriously doubt that you're going to get 100 men that are willing to go and fight a gorilla, like a real gorilla.
Willing men.
Not a trained gorilla. I'm talking go out into the jungles of Africa and corner a gorilla with no weapons and fight that gorilla hand-to-hand combat.
I don't know, bro. People are so stupid these days. You could probably challenge somebody to do this shit. Whoever wins.
If you put like some money behind it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you're getting ready to have a bunch of dead people.
Whoever's the winner of this gets $10 million.
You're dead.
Bro, $10 million ain't going to be shit in a couple of years.
$10 million ain't shit if you in a casket after trying to fight this damn big ass gorilla.
You're right.
Like, right. We all as men, we want to feel like we're alpha.
That's going to be the next Hunger Game.
Right.
Not Hunger Game. What's that one?
Oh, Squid Games.
Squid Games. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snap. It was a good snap, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was pretty loud. Yeah.
Oh, bitch ass snap.
No, it wasn't. That was just away from the microphone. Fuck you.
See? Bitch ass snap.
You were sounding like a twig. What the fuck are we doing? Anyway, guys, this has been very interesting. Dig into the comment section. Tell me what you think. Do you think that a gorilla could truly beat 100 men? Could truly beat, like, could a gorilla beat 100 me and Brandon? And you don't even know us, but
I want to know if they want to fight, the 100 duck-sized horses or the 5 horse-sized ducks. Put that in the comment section.
Answer that question too. Would you be willing to fight 100 duck-sized horses?
I'll fight everybody. I don't care.
Or 5 horse-sized ducks. I don't care. I'll fight anything except for a gorilla.
I ain't fighting no gorilla.
I'm not fighting a gorilla. I'm sorry. I'll fight a tiger before I fight a gorilla.
No, I ain't.
That's another good question. Could 100 men...
We getting off topic again.
Yeah, I know. All right, save it for the next show. Anyway, guys, thank y'all guys for tuning in again. This is I am Corey, and this is my partner here, Mr. Brandon B. And this is We're Not Experts, but Make sure you check in for the next one, and we'll see you on the flip side. God, what the fuck is wrong with us, Brandon? Oh my God. This was fun. Yeah. See you guys. Peace.